Let's start then with your new man, Omar Bogle. You wanted to add something a little bit different, I think, up front, right through the window. You left it late, but you've got yourself a really good option.
We have. Omar is a player who I watched 2 years ago when he was at Grimsby. And I knew right then that the boy was going to be a top player, and we're delighted to have him. You know, he's completely different to what we've already got up there. He brings a different dimension to our team. He's strong, he's physical. You know, he's a big lad. He's 6'2", 6'3", but he's quick and he can run. So we're delighted to have him, and he's going to complement the strikers that we've already got as well. Yeah,
it's so important, isn't it, to have a good mix up front and players who can do different things.
It is, and he's been excellent, really. You know, what he's done in his career, he's been outstanding in the National League for Grimsby. He got them promoted, and then I think he went and got 20 goals before Christmas in League Two, and that's got him his move to Wigan. You know, he found himself a bit unlucky there with the manager leaving after 4 weeks, and another manager coming in, then Paul Cook coming in, and it's difficult, you know, as a player when that happens, and the transition of managers moving all the time. But you know, he stuck at it, and he's got himself a good move to Cardiff, where I think he scored in his first 3 games, and then got sent off. So it's been a bit stop-start there since then, and Cardiff have strengthened. So you know, Cardiff have done that, which has given us the opportunity to come in and get him here to our football club, and like I say, to complement what we've got.
And of course, that's part of the reason, I would imagine, that it happened so late, in that Gary and Medine heading to Cardiff changed things around a little bit, and presumably you guys were alert to what was going on and got straight in there.
We did, yeah. I mean, we tried to bring 2 in, actually. We were close on a deal for a young lad from non-league, but his agent moved the goalpost, and he ended up signing for West Ham. So it's we're disappointed with that. I was really disappointed with that when we heard the news on that. But we always knew that we had Omar, that we worked so hard on, especially Liz and Barry. You know, constantly speaking to the agents and all the paperwork that goes with it. You know, worked really hard, and when it got later and later, the chairman came involved in it with myself as well. So we worked hard to get it done. We're delighted he's here. You know, he seems a real grounded lad, and he just wants to come here and work hard and score goals, and you know, that'll do for me.
Yeah, and you talk about the options and having something a little bit different. You've typically played over recent months with Jack through the centre and then 2 players out either side on the wing. Would you see Omar as being best suited to that central role if you were to stick with that shape, or could he play out wider? How would he best fit in?
No, he'll play up top. He'll play up top, and whether he complements Jack or Junior or Idris, you know, the 4 of them will be fine for 2 positions now. It was important. I think it was important that we got somebody else in, because there has been a lot of burden on Jack's shoulders, and especially when Junior was injured. And we've got Junior coming back now, slowly getting back to his form and scoring in the last league game. And young Idris hasn't really had an opportunity to start as yet, but I'm telling you now, and I'll tell the Posh fans who are watching this, the kid's going to be special. We're working so hard with him every day, and he's another one who's got a real bright future at this football club. But to have those 4 now fighting for the 2 places, you know, that's the competition for places that we've got, that we want, and we've got in other areas that we didn't have in that area. So it was important for us to get it done, and I appreciate the work, like I say, behind the scenes from all included in making it happen.
Yeah, early on in the season, before Junior got injured, you had Jack and Junior often up front as a pairing. Whilst Junior had been out, that couldn't happen, and then since he's been back, you've been going well anyway. Was it beginning to be on your mind that you might like to see Junior and Jack together? And I guess with Omar now having pitched up as well, the potential for having a front pairing, you've got some options to do that.
Well, I think you have to be adaptable in football. I don't think you can say we play a 4-4-2 or we play a 3-5-2 or we play 4-3-3. I think you've got to be adaptable, and one thing I've always said to you this season is this group is adaptable to changing into any system. Am I complicating it? No. We do it to win games, not because people want us to see us playing this sort of formation. We do it to try and win football games. Omar can play in the 2, he can play in the 3, he can play as a 1, but you know, all along, like you say, it's been difficult for us to play two up there because of the injury to Junior Marias and because of the overload we've got with wide players here. So it's a difficult balance act trying to fit everybody into the team, but that's why I'm the manager. That's why I get paid to do the job, and hopefully the team that I pick at the weekend will be the right one.
And looking longer term, I suppose a lot of this depends on what happens come the end of the season and which league you happen to find yourself in and how Omar gets on. But is there the potential to keep him here longer? Possibly,
but we'll take one step at a time. You know, we're happy he's here. He's happy he's here. We just want to get to work now, and the first task is to get 3 points on Saturday against Southend.
Yeah, and it's a good place to be in. You've got your squad sorted, you've got the players in that you wanted. Perhaps even more importantly, you've kept all of the players that you wanted to keep. You're done with the cups, it's league from here on in, and you know what you need to do.
It's been an excellent January, really. It really has. You know, we've kept hold of the ones we wanted to keep hold of. There's been bids, 3-4 different kind of bids come in yesterday, even on the last day for our players, and credit to the chairman and Barry, they just turned them down, you know, straight nose to every phone call they got. And not only that, we've managed to keep hold of Jonathan Bond, we've added Joe Ward, we've added George Cooper, and now we've added Omar Bogle. So it's been a good window. Now we can settle. We can forget all the distractions. You know, I know the cups were a good distraction, but they're gone. January's always a distraction. But like I said to you, I was so much calmer this year, and I felt a lot easier with ease in myself, and I knew what we wanted and what we needed, and we've done that. You know, we've kept the whole squad together. We've added quality to the squad, and now we need to knuckle down and have a good goal promotion.
And I know injuries can change things quite quickly, but it does look in pretty much every area now you've got the options you need.
We're covered in most options, most areas now. So we're delighted, and one thing it does, it keeps everybody on their toes. You know, it's been good to see the boys' reactions and training and stuff to the new lads coming in. They know they need to be on their game. They know they can't step off it because somebody can come in and replace them, and that's what you need. You know, it's for me as a manager, when I turn around and look at my bench, and for months probably I was turning around, bringing players on, and disappointed with the impact. But now I've got a lot of options. Anyone that comes onto the team now can come in and do just as good a job, if not better, than the ones that started the game. So that's why, you know, as a manager, it's difficult to get the right team. But everyone's working hard, everyone's fighting, and everyone wants to get a place in that team.
Yeah, it's almost the opposite impact. We were talking the other day about dealing with the psychological fallout if you lose a star player and how you go about that. What you've actually ended up with is the other way around. It must be so exciting, not only for you, you've mentioned the players there as well. When they see the investment, they see someone like Omar coming in and the other lads as well, they think, yeah, we're good to go for this.
Definitely. As a player, you know, when I was a player, and I've been in change rooms where people leave and you're like, we haven't replaced them, what are we doing? You know, are we serious about this? But I think we showed that we are serious. I think the chairman showed we are serious. We are in this now just to go and have a good goal promotion. I've said it all along, I think we're good enough, but now we need to prove it. We haven't done nothing yet. Yes, we've been on a good run in the league. I think we've picked up 11 points out of our last 6 games in the league. If we do that again over the next 3 batches of 6 games, we're in the playoffs comfortably. But we're looking higher than that. We want more than that. We need to be getting, you know, 12, 13 and above for the 6 games, and that's you know, in the blocks of 6, and that's our target now. We want to make sure we have a really good run into the season. Our programme that we've set the boys in terms of fitness and their training is set them up for this running, and everyone can, you know, fasten your seatbelts, get ready for the ride, because we're ready to give it a good push. Yeah,
fingers crossed it's going to be good, and it starts with Southend this weekend, who had the classic example of new manager bounce with Chris Powell coming in, and he's got some decent players to work with there, hasn't he?
They've got a good squad, very, very experienced squad. He's strengthened well. You know, young boy Cheyenne Harrison from Tottenham is a lad who I've liked and watched him for a while, and you know, the other boy that they took from Crystal Palace, Freddie Ladapo, midfield player from Scunthorpe, Manton. So they're a squad who are probably in a false position really. Shouldn't be anywhere near where they are in the league, but they showed what they can do when they play. Last week against Scunthorpe, I thought were very good. They looked organised, conceded a couple of sloppy goals, but after that they had the belief and the willpower to go and win the game. So we know it's a tough game. It's always difficult. I think it's happened to us a few times this year where our team has come to us with a new manager after 1 or 2 games. But we need to focus on ourselves. That's our aim. We need to make sure we perform. We have done in the previous 6 league games, and we need to make sure we continue that again.
Is Chris Powell someone that you know particularly well?
No, I haven't come across Chris, to be honest, and I know he's done good jobs at Huddersfield and various other clubs. So he's an ex-player there, an ex-Southend player and a legend there. So I'm sure that he'll get the full support down there from the fans. But my only focus really is on us.
And in terms of team news, good news obviously that George Cooper and Joe Ward will both be available, having been cup tied. In terms of the injuries, how are you looking?
Looking good. Just go on. He's out of the cast now. He's walking about a little bit better now with his boot on. We're hoping that he'll be starting running in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Some slow jogging. Time scale, not sure. We just got to wait and see and play it by ear on Guion, but he's looking better and feeling better within himself. It's good that we've gone from the game against Leicester where we have everybody who we had available in the squad, and now we're looking at 2 or 3, maybe 4 first team players are going to be left off the bench on Saturday. So the strength and depth's there. The boys need to know they need to make sure they keep on their toes or they're left out, and somebody will come in and replace them. But it's healthy. We're all together. We all want the same goal, and we'll all try our best to do that.